Okay, that should be better. Um, I hope everyone is doing well this morning. I think I may have a little bit of a cold, or maybe just allergies. Uh, yeah, I'm a little snuffly today. Hopefully, um, hopefully I don't annoy anybody too much with any sniffling or anything like that. Also, I think it was for my last stream. So if the audio is good for my last stream, it should be fine for this one. But in my last stream, I lowered my mic a little bit, or at least set the limiter on my mic a little bit lower, because in one of the YouTube videos that I was putting up, I noticed some crackling in the audio. I really hope it wasn't going, like that wasn't happening for a really long time. And I just didn't notice. I'm hoping it was just for that one stream and likely didn't even have anything to do with my limiter, but maybe a little bit nervous because I always have I set my mic settings based on a tutorial from Drawfee actually, and they said it was okay if it went into the red on OBS. So I've always had mine going very slightly into the red, but I don't really know. Anyway, I'm also sipping coffee, so apologies if I just go silent for a moment. Yeah, we're still playing Neverwinter Nights 2. It's a longer game than I kind of want to say than I remember, but I basically don't remember anything at all whatsoever about it, so I didn't remember it specifically being pretty long, very long, but it is. Which I like, but it also means it's kind of hard to make a ton of progress only streaming a couple days a week. Yeah, at least it gives me a lot of content. So I think the last time we finished Nishka's side quest, we also got to kind of the next, we got to the next chapter. And someone accused us of massacring a town. So, Luskin, which is a sort of rival city to Neverwinter and has had a war with them before, accused us of massacring the town of Ember, and they have an agreement with Neverwinter where they can trial people. They can put people on trial if they committed a crime in Luskin. However, that only applies to people who aren't nobles. And we became someone's squire, so that we could, so that we're technically a noble, so we didn't get extradited. But now it's our job to figure out what actually happened. We still have Kelgar's quest here. Also, we still have this this part, this quest we got very early on about someone who is supposed to have made their way to Neverwinter, but had gone missing. And I haven't heard anything from them. Maybe I should just wander around the town at some point and sort of like ask around. I kind of feel like I've already done that though. But anyway, we are probably off to some location to figure out if we can learn anything about the town of Ember. Oh yeah, I think we're going here, Port Last. I do want to keep my eye out for any new areas. Actually, I'm curious about this one. I don't remember if this is the same area as before. Let's actually go over here. Because we're looking to kind of continue on Kelgar's quest, if relevant. I'm guessing this is the same area that I was before. Yeah, because last time there were Dwarven scouts right at the entrance. So I'm assuming that's nothing new. We haven't been to... Actually, it's interesting that we can go back to some of these old locations now that we're in this new chapter. I wonder if this would be like worth doing to like check out like check out shops or something. I'm sort of assuming like any good stuff would be in the more like the later stuff. I also think we kind of spent most of our money, yeah. So we're not going to be able to afford anything super relevant. I think we're on the lookout for, or we wanted to purchase a vampiric weapon, maybe, as our next purchase, but we don't have enough money for it. I could go back to, it looks like I can actually go back to West Harbor, which is where I started the game. And maybe we can confront our foster father about some of the stuff he didn't tell us. I hadn't really realized that you could go back here, so I'm kind of curious.
Ah, you have returned. You still have the shard, don't you? Make your visit brief. You put us all at risk with your return.
I delivered the shard to Uncle Duncan.
I sense one task only led to another. Such is the way. What seems a simple thread is often part of a complex tapestry.
How's the village fared since I left?
Did not take long for our foe to discover that you had left. I fear you must have faced him on the road to Neverwinter. Does he still hunt you?
This is interesting. I thought we killed the Githyanki who was after us.
A Githyanki? I've heard their names mentioned only once or twice in passing. Invaders from the outer plains.
I guess the
a fierce foe.
Head Githyanki had sent a different one after us.
When she was a little older than you, adventure sought her out as well. We met in a tavern and were drawn together by mutual necessity. There were others with us, and some tales of our adventures were told. But not all such stories end well. One day, we both realized that of the original band, only we were left. I had had enough of death, especially of those close to me.
Did Mother give up adventuring as well?
Your mother was spun of a different silk and maintained her vitality in spite of loss. When I settled in West Harbor with my Shayla, she would visit us from time to time. A heart can heal over time. I had become content. One day when Esmerelle returned, she was thick with child.
Hi, Jane.
Those were good times. Before you ask, she never mentioned any details about your father. And in my homeland, we respect such silence. Then, I lost everything. Again, I cannot speak of this anymore. Please, leave me.
Well, guess he doesn't want to talk to us anymore. Yeah, usually Kaz grabs it, but she must be asleep. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Alright, on to port last. Oh no! Damn it, I hate being forced to carry certain characters. Shoot. I wonder what type of class he is. We don't even have any equipment for him. Let's go we go Eleni and Ishka again. If he's a druid of some kind or any kind of healer, I guess we can swap Eleni out for Kelgar. Good morning.
I concur.
Let's see. No, he's a wizard. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Okay. I guess we should set his spells. I've been selling all the scrolls I pick up because I never plan to use a wizard. Okay, cantrips. Let's see. Most of these are not going to be useful. Can I miss this? How do I tell if something is like unmissable or not? Where? It's shield. And maybe 2 shields and a bunch of magic missiles. Maybe we make him a an attack mage, although these are buff spells. I guess we have to level them up too, huh? Is this enemy only? Nah, looks like all creatures. Okay. 60 seconds per level, I guess. Guess we can do that. Extend the spell. Greater magic weapon. +1 enhancement. It's also 1 hour per level. That might be good. Haste only lasts 6 seconds per level. That's kind of stinky. Is slow area of effect? Yes. Scribe scroll, that's interesting. Take a look at what that actually does in a second. I think he also has greater stone skin, so he probably doesn't need that. Yeah. Greater stone skin. I wonder if we lose the party's inventory, or the enemy's inventory, if we disintegrate them. That's definitely the case in Baldur's Gate. A little worried about that. Level 4. Bestow Curse. Interesting. Missile storm. Enemy only or everybody? Any creature. Can try it, but probably not a good one that I'm gonna want. What's dismissal do? Summoned. Summoned? Okay, that's kind of nice. I guess we can try something like this. Alright, let's do... hold on, let me save first. And let's scribe a scroll. Well, I don't actually know how this works. This creates a scroll from something I know. And I need a blank parchment, so that's basically useless. Okay, I guess we should level this guy up. And we should probably remember to start finding, like, items for him. We're gonna keep him out of range if we can.
Yes.
I concur.
Yes.
Listening, really.
Alright. Okay, let me do my buff spells first. My attack spells down here. Those look like the only ones. Magic miss. Oh, this is also a buff spell. Slow, bestow curse, and dismissal. Kind of cold and cloud kill. Guess I don't really need attack spells on hotkeys. It's mainly for buffs.
Yes.
Also, I should probably summon my animal companion for her before I forget about it.
Listening, really.
Alright, let's level him up now. I assume just intelligence, yeah. Concentration. Spellcraft. Guess there's not really anything else he would need. My character's doing lore, so there's no reason why I also need it on him. I wonder if we get a chance to learn spells when we level up or not. Self-sufficient. No. Should have checked his saving throws, maybe. Greater spell penetration. Character gains +4 bonus on caster level checks to beat a creature's spell resistance. Seems good. What's this one? Your caster level for the chosen spellcasting class increases by 4. Seems more for like dual class characters. What's this? +2 saving throws, but only against a certain school. I like dash, but I don't know how important it actually is. Let's go with penetration. Oh, okay, I do seem to grab some spells here. Chain lightning. Okay, that's enemy only, so I like that one. Number of enemy creatures equal to 1d4 per caster level. Must make a fortitude save or die. It's kind of interesting. What else do we get here? +6 bonus to all saving throws. So that's really good, but also I think I kind of already have that on my druid. I could do a mass dex bonus maybe. Although most of my characters have armor on, which is pretty close to limiting them to their maximum dexterity bonus, so maybe not. Globe of Invulnerability looks good. I think Breach is probably what I want. What's Greater Heroism? Single target. Curious how this stacks with other stuff, honestly. Let's go with the spell, I think. Okay, we only got 1 level up. I guess there's other stuff had before. Okay, let's adjust that real quick. Maybe I should have gotten a level 5 spell. I can certainly cast this from my spellbook rather than my quick bar, so that's fine. Okay, we're gonna proceed, but first I have to go pee. I'll be right back. And we're continuing on our journey. So let me check this guy's saving throws. 5, 7, and 9. So terrible fortitude saving throws. Guess I should rest so my spells are available. And now
I'm ready if you need me.
we head to port last. Here we are in the illustrious port last. Watch where you step. You might get some of the local culture on your boots. God, Sand, you hold your nose so high it's a wonder you don't wear your hat on it. I don't even know what that means, my dear, but I'm sure as far as your local expressions go, it's quite quaint and charmingly ignorant. Treat the locals with respect, Sand. It's no less than they deserve until they prove otherwise. We should find Heramos as quickly as we can. He can grant us access to Ember, and hopefully you can find some clues there. Asking some of the locals couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt either, after we speak to Heramos, of course. Agreed, they may have seen something, and as long as we use simple words, we may be able to get information out of them. I'll try to sort through what we find as we discover it, but check with me if you're ever curious about all we've gathered. I'll have a good sense for when we have enough to bring to trial. Alright, I'm glad to have you along. The pleasure is all mine. As exceptional as my skills are, it is good to see them put to good use. Okay, sure. Maybe get the full map up here so I can actually see what's around. So they encouraged us to go to Heramos first, but of course we can always ignore them and see what else. Okay, Sand is not following us
I think it is time
for some
everyone
reason.
march behind me, your new glorious leader.
Oh, he's on far follow distance. Because I want to keep him out of melee range. We try
I'll
medium.
take the lead.
Alright, these guys might be shops. Yeah, sure enough. Okay, we're probably not going to be able to afford anything we want to buy. Full plate +2. I mean, we could actually afford that.
Something you want? Yes.
I'll run through here pretty quickly, I think. Be on the lookout for something which catches my eye, like this one. Okay, and he seems to be just armor, which presumably means this guy's just weapons. Oh hey, we can actually talk to this guy. Do you carry any unusual items? Happens that I do, though I don't usually advertise. Here, have yourself a look. Interesting. I mean, we can't afford any of this stuff, but... should look through here and see if there's anything we may end up wanting to buy at some point. Ooh, Dex +4, that's quite nice. That's a nice monk belt. reduction 2. This is a very nice helmet, I think. That's nice, but it also does like the immunity to poison, and I think my druid will get that automatically. That one's kind of interesting. A like close combat sorcerer buff. +2. So the same as I have, but also +4 to armor. Which won't always stack. But that would maybe make me more likely to use robes. Oh wow, okay, a lot of stuff to go through here. Let me briefly check and see if I can afford literally anything here. It's a crossbow. Okay, we can't afford anything else here. So we'll maybe come back and look at that later. Wait, who can use this? Only wizards. Okay, let's look at his normal stuff. Briar Spike. Spears, I think, are two-handed, so... Battle Axe, I'm not actually sure about. I don't know if this is, Okay, a couple issues here. I don't know if this is one-handed or two-handed, but it also says it has charges. Which I wouldn't normally expect, because it doesn't show anything here which says, oh, this uses this many charges. Oh no, this says the same thing. That's interesting. I don't actually know why it says that. But if that's one-handed, that would actually be quite nice. This is a halberd, which is definitely two-handed. So, I mean, that would be a direct upgrade of this, but not a huge one. Wow. Okay, I think maybe what I do is there's so much here to consider. What's this? Empiric regeneration to 3. That one's actually kind of interesting. And I could afford it. I think maybe what I do is I continue on, and then when I get a crap ton more money, I come back here and check. Okay, we're supposed to go to Haramas first, but it sounds like this guy might have stuff to say. What's the news in Port Last? Bah, the usual. Luskin lusts after our harbor, and Hermos frets. Ember's massacre has made folks here a bit uneasy, but it's caused my business to pick up. You know anything about what happened to Ember? I haven't heard much more than the rumors, though that idiot Elgin claims to have been there. Even fought the attackers, he says. Ah. Take it you don't believe him? Port Last's resident braggart he is. Always boasting of deeds done and dragons slain. Mind you, no one has ever seen him do anything but talk. Man can't handle a butter knife, much less a stout blade. I took pity and tried to teach him a few tricks, but he was hopeless. A braggart, eh? Beware of men telling wild tales. The lies are repeated enough times, people will believe them. We may wish to find this Elgin, and make sure he's not telling stories about Ember. Okay. For the lost merchant, I guess since he's not named, nothing to actually talk about. Let me make a permanent save here. I'm assuming Hermos is in here, but who knows? Yeah, here he is.
I'm surprised you have the courage to show your face here. A lot of people here had friends in Ember. If they find out who you are...
I'm not responsible for what happened, and I'm here to clear my name.
You're free to conduct your business here, but you'll be watched. If you have questions, ask them now. I'm a busy man.
What happened at Ember?
Innocents slaughtered. The village burned to the ground. All done by you. My only regret is that Ember falls under Luskin jurisdiction, not mine.
Why are you so certain it was me?
There was a witness to the attack. You were described in great detail.
I'd like to speak to the witness.
Out of the question. She's been through enough. And besides, you won't like what she has to say.
I need to speak with all witnesses, no matter what they say about me.
Very well. You may question the witness, but you shall do it in my presence. Bring the girl here.
Yes, Captain.
Chandra? Chandra, is that you?
Elaine, you survived. Thank the gods.
Chandra! It was horrible. They butchered everyone.
Elaine, it's all right. Shh. Look, I brought people to help. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You! Chandra, it's her. Why would you bring her here?
Tell me what you saw.
I saw you murder those people.
No, Elaine, it's not true.
I know what I saw. They had no weapons. Some even surrendered. But she...
Hello, Ocelot. Oh, thank you for the bits. Welcome, welcome. We're here to help you, not to hurt you.
That's right, Elaine. We're here to help, all right?
It was trade season, and the shipments into Ember had fallen off. I had decided to trade along the south roads. When I came back to Ember, I heard the screams and saw the smoke. I left my wagon and went into town. That's when I saw the bodies. I saw her kill the quartermaster while he was on his knees, begging for his life.
You saw this woman here do the killing blow? And was it just her? And where did she...
Sand!
We don't have all year, girl. Nor do I have the patience when the
is going
trail of
well,
these
thank
killers
you.
grows colder.
There were others, but I didn't see them closely. I ran as hard as I could to Port Last, and they took me in. But you did do it.
Or someone that looked the part. There are many magics that can cloak one's appearance, even allow one to change shape.
I know what I saw.
Do you think it's a possibility that it was someone else, disguised as me?
I suppose it's possible, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, thanks for considering it at least.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need from me?
Who else was there besides me or any of my companions there?
You had about a dozen of your friends with you. But I don't recognize anyone with you now.
A dozen, you say? Interesting. Do go on.
So no dwarf, gnome, half-human girl?
Well, no. I believe they were all human.
Well, considering that those two and the gnome account for at least half of us, that might seed some doubt.
Whoa! Maybe my demonic heritage will actually help us get out of this.
But you could have just hired others.
Yes, my
Good
dear.
point.
But as your hesitation suggests, why would anyone do that when they have trusted allies who would follow one anywhere, despite their common sense? No offense.
Mm-hmm. How did you manage to get away if you got close enough to identify me?
I don't know. I just started running. I guess they didn't notice me.
You were lucky, Or perhaps they let you escape.
That's all I needed to know. Thanks for your help.
I'm sorry to have put you through this, Elaine. Guard, please see that she reaches her quarters safely.
Listen to me. If we can get her to work for us, her story of tears will sway the court in our favor.
Elaine's not some tool, Sand. She's just survived the massacre of her town, which someone caused to get to us.
Girl, if we do not use your friend, the Luskins will, and they will use her testimony to kill our friend here. So please dispense with your convenient morality. Either we use her or they do.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Let's go. We still have more investigating to do. Mm-hmm. Does this guy have
What
anything else to
brings
tell
you
us?
before me?
What do you know of Black
A
Garius?
Luskan archmage of some power. Not someone you want to cross. Like many of the Arcane Brotherhood, Black Garius aspires to rule, regardless of what harm it may cause.
I think you will find that attitude common among most of the Huss Tower, and Garius in particular.
What worries me is that he may succeed.
Why do you say that?
He's amassing power at a pace I dislike. I suspect his brothers are beginning to grow wary of him.
What makes you think so?
Followers flock to his side like vultures to a battlefield. Two, in particular, keep me awake at night.
Which two?
The woman Torio Claven and that giant Lorne.
And so the pretty little circle reveals itself.
Torio you might know as Luskin's ambassador to Neverwinter. A treacherous snake, that one. The other one, Lorne, lacks Torio's guile, but compensates for it with brute force. He's a savage fighter and extremely good with a blade. I suspect he handles most of Garius's dirty work.
We can take him. What can you tell me about Port Last?
I'm no common magistrate with idle time to chatter about village life. I'll be happy to discuss the finer points of Port Last with you when you're no longer a suspected mass murderer.
Okay, I suppose that's fine. Do I worry you?
No, I have more important things to worry about.
Luskin is a threat to you, isn't it?
Of course. The Luskins would lay claim to our harbor for their warships. Having secured such a prominent location, they could mount a swift attack on Neverwinter, or Waterdeep for that matter. They talk of a peaceful coexistence, but I know their words to be false. Luskin's difficulties with Ruithim may have come at a fortunate time. As long as Luskin is at war with their island neighbor, they cannot turn their attention elsewhere.
Very well. Alright, anybody else in here? Okay, well, we don't want to, like, use that girl if it's gonna endanger her. But we also don't want her working for the
What brings you
Luskins.
before me?
Yeah, it's just a repeat of the stuff we've already asked. I guess Sand told us that we could talk to him at any time to talk about the evidence. Let's see. Unnamed citizens. Looks like there's a magic shop a little bit down here. Okay, this area doesn't seem very big, and these, I assume these just go to, like, I assume this is the entire settlement, and it's not multiple map areas. Careful there. Watch the worm sage. I gotta tidy up, but there's never time. Worm sage, isn't that a reagent for preventing death? Yes, that's right. You have an eye for the obscure. Does poor Last have an undead problem? No, it's Ember, a little village north of here. The people were slaughtered. Horribly. If their bodies aren't tended, they'll return as undead. It's only a matter of time. I've not been to Ember since the massacre, but I've heard the bodies are rotting where they fell. Why haven't they been buried? Ember is in Luskin territory, and Luskins haven't bothered. Not that I'd expect anything less from them. Surely you can see this as a crime. Those corpses mustn't be left to rot, nor should those innocent souls be condemned to torment. Perhaps you could help? You seem a hardy sort. Alright, what do you need me to do? I knew you would understand. Look here, this is a worm sage extract, mixed with some other reagents. You need only sprinkle the bodies with this extract. If any soul remains trapped within, their negative energies will be suppressed, and they will be free to pass beyond this world. An overly dramatic description and assumption of the properties of souls, but she is correct. The worm sage will serve to fight the necromantic arts. Here, take this bag. Sprinkle a pinch of sand of the powder over each corpse you find, and that should be enough to put the spirit to rest. I'll wait here for your return. Okay. Side quest, I presume. Can see what she has for sale. It's only usable by evil characters. Nymph Cloak plus 3. I already have a Nymph Cloak plus 4. Raider Battle Robe. That one looks interesting. Although the spell resistance plus 14 I don't think stacks with my belt.
Something you want? Listening.
Yes.
I should have...
Listening. Really?
Everybody,
I am
follow
listening.
me.
Yeah, so I do have battle robes. Slightly worse than these, though. That would be like a slightly better version of that.
I'll take the lead.
So that's a potential buy. Belt of Agility plus 4 is pretty sweet. She has some spells I could buy. I wanted to get stuff for sand, I guess. Wow, okay. Ring of Regeneration, that looks very nice. The spell slots also looks good. Strength +3 also looks good. I could almost afford that. I don't know if anyone has any available ring slots though. Alright, let's continue on our little adventure here. This looks like someone. No, just a regular old guard. Group of them over here. I think we'll go in the inn last. Oh, you there, stop right where you are. Is there a problem? The problem is that you massacred the people of Ember. We don't let murders run loose in Port Last. I've only been accused of the crime. Nothing has been proven. We know you were at Ember during the massacre. Proof enough for us. You've been talking to Elaine. That's right. She told us about you and what you did. I know Elaine believes it was me, but she's mistaken. You'll forgive us if we don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. We're going to arrest you for disturbing the peace. You're going to become violent, and regretfully, we'll be forced to kill you. You're a guard charged with protecting Port Last, correct? An honorable position, if I'm not mistaken. You're damn right it is. What's your point? Is it also your duty to mete out justice whenever you feel like it? Doesn't matter, Ember needs justice. Becoming murderers yourselves isn't the answer. Alright, you can go, but don't think we won't be watching you. Alright, we're gonna go in the end shortly, but let me briefly see if there's any other named characters hanging around on this side of the town. Got an ad coming up shortly, by the way. They may start the break a little bit early. Maybe right before we go into the end. Assuming it hasn't already started by then. Okay, I'm not seeing anything over here. Alright. What are these guys arguing about? This is gonna... Okay, doesn't seem like something I can get involved in. Alright, the ad's gonna start here in a second, and we'll head into the end. After that, I'll be back after the ads. See everybody soon.